Y'all already know the vibes. Fred the mayor. We got different layers. Make sure you say your prayers. We in the building, and we got something real to talk about today. This is real. Adam 22 is commenting on something that Hokus 4/5 has brought to the life for New York City. It's called the Drop Your Flag Challenge, and I think it's a positive challenge that everybody in New York City think it's positive, whether they're gonna drop their flag or not. I know some, very, very tough, for lack of a better term, gangsters that is doing it and they not dropping their flags, but they still looking at it as a positive thing, and they understand where Hokus is coming from because he does have a history of being part of New York culture, doing his thing in New York City. So if you know anything about New York City, you gonna know certain names and certain figures, or you probably wasn't really that active. You probably really wasn't around. See, I'm like 35 right now, so Hocus is probably like 3 or 4 years older than me. So I kind of was a generation under, so I know a lot about what was going on in their era. But what's more important than what just goes on in their era is what's going on, period. You got Adam 22 getting online, making fun of it, acting like if you drop your flag, you did something crazy or it's retarded. Now, I'm not judging neither side, but I am judging the character of Adam 22 because I don't feel like he should even be chiming in and playing that position because I don't think it's a position he should play. He's been eating off black people for a long time now, and I think he should be grateful. He comes from money, his family is into politics, but yet and still, he wants to use every turn and every time he could flip a dollar with our name and with us in the background. He never talks about white people, and he very rarely even have white people on his show. So since he's capitalizing off us so much, I don't see why we continue to really support this, especially after this one. I really hope that, something has to give. And I was a fan of Adam 22, so I'm really disappointed. I'm disappointed in this whole situation. But shouts out to Urban Politics TV because he broke this down real good. And I'm gonna let him go into it.
I'm gonna need y'all to step forward and put your best foot forward, and take that leap and lead the way. Because there's a lot of y'all got a lot of influence. I know because I speak to y'all. Y'all got a lot of influence, and a lot of brothers follow y'all down this path. If y'all just lead them down it, they just don't. They just don't want to be judged, and it's okay. It's okay to not want to be judged, to be something for so long and not want to let it go. It's okay, but you gotta know what's good for you and what's not. And we all know. We all watch every single day. Every single day we watch it play out. There's never ending cycle of Rico's conspiracy, murder. Gotta stop. It start with us. This is the time. This is the era to do it
I want to
now.
say to all the people out there, I ain't gangbanging no more. I've been GDBD Vice Lord for a long time now. Been doing battle with my ops, done battle with the police, put in work in the jails, but I decided I needed to change my life. Ever since the big homies caught me playing with my booty hole, they've been extorting me, $20K a month. I can't live like this no more, man. It's too expensive, and I'm ready to just be me. So I encourage everybody out there to do the Drop My Flag challenge and just and live your truth.
Well, this is where I gotta press pause. The reason why I'm gonna press pause right here is because did y'all hear what he just said? Adam 22 is making fun of the Drop Your Flag challenge as if he was ever a gangbanger. This man, all he ever did was interview gangbangers. He's like he's really eating off our culture. He's making our culture a laughing stock, honestly. But it's funny to some people. I just think it's too funny to too many people that's in our community. I don't think that's a joke for real, right? That ain't a joke for real. But shouts out to Urban Politicians TV because he really stood on this one. And usually, he real like not politically correct, but solid. But he kind of broke his little TV aura or whatever he presents on television. But broke character. That's what I should say. He kind of broke his character a little bit for this one because this is frustrating. This is annoying. Like, it's bad enough you got all them people locked up on your show. You know what I mean? Adam 22 got Big U. All of the Crips on his show is gone. I think he got Bloods now. King Pill and them is up there. You know what I'm saying? And you got the other Blind Blood. Now, no offense to nobody up there. Because I'm not really familiar. I stopped watching the show a minute ago because of some of the antics that was going on it. But we here live. I'm in the studio. I'm chilling. I got my TikTok community. I got my Instagram community. And, you know, I'm out here. And, you know, I got my teeth back. I'm smiling. It's good, Pops. I see you, Dad. Love you. You know what I mean? But seriously, this is an issue that it needs to be addressed. And, you know, it might take people like me to address it. So I'm gonna continue, and we got people like Urban Politicians TV too. So y'all make sure y'all go check him out, support him, because like we need the algorithm to be pushed for the positive speakers too, because I don't think enough light gets shed on the positivity, you know what I'm saying? Seriously. So we're gonna get right back to it.
On the dead homies. So yeah, gangbanging is out. Carried it myself. I seen something on New York drill officials, like a challenge to like drop your flag or whatever. So I was like impromptu. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna make like a funny version of that. So I did it. Now I got this dude, Hokus 4/5, who I'm gonna be real with you. Like I heard his name before, but I never actually like knew anything about him. Never talked to him. Never met him. Never watched any content from him. So I don't know anything about him. But apparently he's like a guy. I guess it's like it's his challenge, which I didn't really perceive because when I looked at it, I watched like 7 videos in a row on New York drill officials. So yeah, I mean, he's pushing this narrative that like I'm making fun of him or calling him gay for dropping his flag or whatever. I don't even know you to like make a joke about you. So just wanted to get in front of that one. I thought it was kind of funny. I'm gonna be real, but if you want to quit being in a gang, that's cool. You can do that. We don't really do that in LA, I guess. Man, I started some. Let me explain this one. Styles P. I got a homie, a rapper, not from New York. You wouldn't know him. He got caught doing some gay shit. Some booty hole. I don't know, not like gay, but you know, suspect, whatever. I'm looking through Instagram. I see this like drop your flag challenge. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna take this opportunity. I'm gonna make my own version of this, but I'm gonna make it, you know, the I got exposed for being gay version to kind of mirror the thing that had happened earlier that day with this homie of ours. So I do that, and then this dude Hokus 4/5 just chooses to take it upon himself to basically make it as if I was dissing him and everybody who said that they were dropping their flag. When in reality, I was making a joke that made 100% sense to us and apparently no sense to anybody else. So I'm just addressing.
Of course, it ain't make no sense. Like, yo, this is why I ain't gonna lie. We need to put our culture in. Like, we need to tighten up, not lighten up in our culture because we got all of this craziness. This is what we do. We creating content and we making things happen. But let's back to the task at hand. Styles P had to chime in on what Adam 22 said, and that's why a lot of people in our community respect guys like Styles P because Styles P always been like a voice. He always been like a strong voice, you know. He always talked that for us, you know, locked up. They won't let me out. You know that locked. You know, everybody know you like I ain't gonna let you feel like a thug when they let you out when you play locked up. Locked up, they won't. What you mean won't let me out? I'm out here. I'm outside. So my thing, nah, but for real though, you know, Styles P give you that feel. Like he got a lot of like, you know, like pain music. Like, you know, I still listen to Jadakiss Still Feel Me. That's still one of the #1 songs I listen to still. But not even to get off topic, he chimed in on this because he's one of the people in our community that's going to say something that's not right. And I think, you know, bringing him to New York, your man Adam 22 and all that, I doubt if Mano was aware of him doing this bozo stuff before he, you know, aligned himself with that. And then I don't even know if Bobby Schmurder even knew any better. I just don't know because he looked like he's struggling and he's just trying to find a way. Everybody on Bobby Schmurder hills, but Bobby Schmurder's just trying to find a way. I could see that, you know what I'm saying? I got locked up the same year as Bobby Schmurder, so I could see him just trying to figure it out because he ain't getting the same type of deals he was because he realizing the industry ain't what it was and the type of buzz he had. He couldn't ride off that wave anymore, and it didn't turn out well for him. But again, Adam 22 should never be even feel comfortable. All of them black people here around on a daily basis. I got a question. Please, y'all answer me this in the comments. Why does Adam 22 even feel comfortable enough to even chime in on gang members doing anything in the black community? Like, you know what I'm saying? And this is like beyond his show. Why does he feel comfortable enough to even play like that? You know what I mean? Because people may know him and his situation better than me. Shouts out to Instagram. Shouts out to TikTok. Everybody who tuning in, checking for me. You know, I love y'all. You know what's going on. But seriously, and I just feel like things need to be addressed. That's why on Fred the Mayor TV, we talk about things that need to be, talked about. And I think that people that is culture vultures that leech off our community, that make a lot of money off our community, either have a responsibility to give back or at least shut up when it's a political back and forth that they really shouldn't even have no, parts in. You know what I'm saying? I know I be sounding like Malcolm X sometimes. I know the dudes in my block where they see this, they'll be like, yo, this nigga think he Malcolm X. He always trying to act like he better than people. But it ain't even that. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. You know what I'm saying? I got new teeth. You see, new teeth, new leaf. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be a better person. God blessing a nigga. You know what I'm saying? When you get your blessings and you get your lessons, you gotta start addressing certain shit. You feel me? But respectfully, I'm a TikTok community, Instagram, hold on. But yeah, I know what's going on. I'm about to let Urban Politics let Adam 22 try to explain himself. He tried to say it was funny. He was not funny about it. I think if Styles P had to step up and say something about this, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? It's a problem, bro. And I just think our culture too loosey-goosey, man. Light-skinned people be acting like they better than dark-skinned people. The dark-skinned people act like it's always some divide stuff. The colors and everything. Everything is some divide stuff. And him championing the division is what we need to really key in on and pay attention to. You know what I'm saying? But let's get into it.
Styles P the long way, and he's just completely misrepresented. And like, even on top of that, what is the joke that people think I'm making? Do people think that I'm saying that anybody who stops being from a gang is gay? I mean, I'm not from a gang. I actually think it's a great idea. Anybody I know who gets out the street life or whatever, by all means, great decision in terms of what to do with your life, everything like that. I got nothing against people who want to take a step away from that life, right? I was making a joke about someone that we know who got caught in a certain situation. Like, almost everybody who knows me or knows our little world would get the joke. But now I got all these New York dudes who absolutely don't know who I'm talking about or what the joke was about, and they're personalizing it, making it about themselves, mostly because this Hokus guy just like seized upon it. And hey, good on him, because you got the job done. You got people mad. The problem is that you were completely misrepresenting what the joke was about. It was not about you. I don't even know you.
So now your man Adam 22 is doubling back. Y'all heard it right there. He's saying that he was talking about somebody specifically that happened to be, getting into a situation, like Corey Holcomb say, the backdooria situation. You know what I'm saying? So, and he was trying to keep it LA without exposing him, but exposing him, and then he's saying Hocus for a fifth chimed in and tried to take advantage of the situation and all that. I just think it's a cop out, and I think Hocus for a fifth definitely is going to capitalize on this moment because he needs to, and I think that it is a blessing for him that Adam 22 is such an idiot that he would even have the nerve to even dare. And I'm so glad it happened like this, because if Hocus 4/5 was an absolute nobody and nobody knew him and nobody on New York cared about him, it would not matter. Trust me, it would have went under the radar. It would not went viral. It would have been nothing. But when you are somebody who got a certain level of support, certain people, and you around, certain influences, certain calls be like, yo, that's my man, I know him, you know what I'm saying? It ain't that hard, man. And me, like I said, I'm reformed, but I used to be around, so I know what's going on. But I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about that fake apology. He didn't even apologize What do y'all think about Adam 22's backtrack on what he said about the drop your flag challenge and stuff like that? What do y'all think? I think that he should have minded his business. Like me, it ain't an area where I'ma basically be speaking on people about and trying to make people do that. You know why? I never been a gang member. I don't have the right to sit there and be like, yo, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that, because I don't understand the story of a gang member. But I kind of understand their story a lot more than Adam 22, because I'm from the projects, and you might as well be in a gang when you're from the projects. So that's like, you know what I'm saying, a different form. So I understand a certain level of, you know what I'm saying, the understanding of that culture. But again, I never joined it. I never went to no powwows. I never got accepted by the brothers on that level. So I can't tell them how to handle that. Now, Hokus 4/5 was a gang member for many, many years, even, you know, throughout his jail bids. He actually has the position and the right to actually make a statement like he made. And Adam 22 bit, and now it's just, you know, it's gonna blow up in his face. And this is by far one of the stupidest things I ever seen any man do, let alone a white man that has a lot of money. But I think they just let anybody do anything nowadays, I believe. I don't know. Maybe I'm bugging. You know what I'm saying? But seriously, man, y'all know. Go follow my channels. I just dropped a new episode, a vlog. If y'all want to see how I got my tooth back, look. See? Look at my teeth. See, this is my old tooth, look. So y'all can know this is real. Can't spit this one out. You know what I'm saying? See me, I'm talking, look. I was never talking like this. You know what I'm talking about? Well, yeah, you see what's going on. See, this is the old toothish look. You know what I'm saying? But I keep it, because, you know, it was like, you know, they had stories talk about, oh, yeah, you got your tooth knocked out. You lost your tooth. You know, they was making stuff up. And, you know, it was all part of my social experiment. So go check it out on FMTV_life. You know what I'm saying? I talk about, you know, the social experiment, how I took the tooth out of my mouth, and, you know, people thought, you know, I ain't have a tooth. All right. They thought I was really a bum. They didn't know I was dressing like a derelict every day on purpose just to record you dumbass niggas. Treat me messed up. You dumb foul niggas. Stupid ass. But look, that's neither here nor there. But y'all let me know in the comments, man. Is Adam 22 out of line? Should he mind his business? Should both gangs beat Adam 22 up for not minding his business? Because let's keep it real. The gangs he's talking about are black represented gangs. And even if you go to the Spanish represented gangs, I don't think he should be chopping in on that either. It's none of his business. He's not going to throw a lick for neither side. So, y'all let me know in the comments, man. Adam 22 need to mind his business or not. I'm gonna move on. I want to get to a different topic because that's a blood boiling one. Like, I don't want to see his, like, he pissed me off. This stupid ass 22. So, but y'all already know. Like, subscribe, follow Fred the Mayor. You already know we got different layers, and never forget to say your prayers. And we out.